There we go. Okay. Any news on the elections? We should be getting them soon, Stella. There we go. Now we're up and running. Virginia will have just closed. So we should be seeing results soon. Thank you, Kiva. And we'll switch over to this one. Guess he's back. Back again. Still here? Yep. Yep. So yeah, they've started the updating, so we should start seeing numbers soon on the Virginia one. For those of you on the talk, just so you know, I'm also on the tube at the same time, and you can actually see, I actually have like stuff up where you can see the percentages yourself as we get them. So if you want to hang out there, stuff and things and stuff. I like to be very technical, Pash, okay? I'm all about being uber technical with my wordage. See if I can put it up here. Is it? Yeah. We'll make it smaller because right now it's only going to be those two.
Well, if you're wondering what's happened, so am I. The computer that we have running our news from time to time
There you go.
went wild. So what we're going to do is
Welcome back. Accuracy is key. True. Guys, if you're over on the TikTok, please tap that nose. It helps push me out to other people. As we sit here and we find out how badly the GOP gets destroyed in the governor races. How does it look for you guys on the live on the tube? Does it look okay? I'm getting some weird. Okay. As long as it's looking okay. How many seats we need? We're not getting, this is for governor, so it's not getting us seats per se. There's so much smoke from that plane crash. Well, yeah, there's probably a lot of stuff in there that Hey, Christy. I usually listen to you in the AM while I work. I've been in training. Ooh. Yeah, fuel too. Those planes hold a lot of fuel. Those planes hold a lot of fuel. 38,000 pounds. It doesn't. What's up, OMG? Justin, you are on one stream to the backup. Yeah, it's a UPS plane that crashed. Yep. Learning new cases, IRN review surgeries. Can't wait to see the election results. Yeah, we should start getting stuff from Virginia now. As you can see, the numbers are starting to update regularly, so for the updated time, which means we should start getting things soon. Did you see Trump nominated a Musk guy for NASA? I didn't, Philip. I don't know why that doesn't surprise me. You see PA and NY. We should, the plan is to stay up to be able to see NY results. PA, the way they do their stuff, chances are we will not see them, but I'll keep an eye out. If it looks like they start showing up, I'll throw them up. But Jared Isaacman. Yeah, I don't know who that is. What were the polls showing for Jersey? Mikey Sherrill is up. In some, up as much as 8 points. In others, up about like 1 or 2 points. But up in all of them. So we'll have to see. $2020? Oh my gosh. Jeez, people. Again, for a bunch of people that are willing to completely ignore everything that the current president of the United States has said in the past, the fact that you aren't willing to listen to the stuff that he has said recently about it. I think that's 8 p.m. Yes, PA's polls close at 8. But they can't start counting until then even. So when will we know NYC's results? I don't know how fast they get things out, but we'll start seeing, we should start seeing information before. Yeah, NYC doesn't close till 9. Correct. Do we have an inkling and whispers? Oh, here we go. We got info. It's popping up. You have some good news out of Pennsylvania? Oh, yeah? I mean, Spanberg, at least according to the polls, had like a really big lead. So I don't think there's a lot of people that might cry Pash. Our current has currently a 5-2 Democratic majority. Yep. Needs to push back. Yeah. So nervous for the results. I understand. It's totally understandable. Guys, if you're over here on TikTok, please tap that nose so this gets out to more people so we can all watch the results together. And if you're over on the tube, make sure you hit that thumbs up. Thank you, Patty. I'm not. Aw. Thanks, Michelle. Is that the sample from the these are all royalty-free songs. What are the New Jersey numbers? We don't know yet. Paola. They don't close for another 45 minutes. Her name is Winsome. How do we find out in Pennsylvania? I mean, they haven't closed yet, so we're not going to find out, but I do have I am checking the other info as it comes out. I've got a good mythical morning. Any gut feelings? I mean, Spanberger looks strong, so I can't see your chart for New Jersey. New Jersey's right next to. There's nothing there yet. So. They don't close for another 45 minutes, so there's not going to be anything there. But if any information comes out from any of the other places, hi Rachel. You're a bit nervous for Spanberger. That's understandable. So what do we know about the Virginia candidates right now? Who are we pulling for? Spanberger. Spanberger is who we're pushing for, or is who we're pulling for. Lydia. You're just holding your breath or hair. Yup. That's true. You never know what could happen. You got to remember, right now, only 1% of the votes have been counted, so. Correct. The Dem is currently leading for lieutenant governor, and the Dem is leading for attorney general right now. So right now, Dem is leading in all the major seats in VA. There is nothing yet for PA. I'm looking at PA. They don't close until 8, so there's not going to be anything. There's not going to be anything yet. Definitely held my nose cast in that vote. Yeah. Yep. I mean, and that's the unfortunate reality. The word game was fun. I stopped doing my puzzle to play. Nice. When might we hear? Oh man, unfortunately, Hillary the Prop 50 results won't come until, gosh, another 4 hours. We'll probably start seeing those results. It's gonna be a while. New Jersey is 8 p.m. So another 40 minutes or so. I want to watch some TV while I wait for the results. Get that coffee then? I don't know. I'm going to try and stay up, but we'll see how that goes. I'm going to stay up as long as I can. Prop 50? Prop 50 is California's proposition to redistrict their districts that will cover the next 4 years, I guess. Better decide good this time because last time they didn't decide so good. That's understandable. They don't close until 9 over it. Yeah, and you got to remember, especially early, the number's going to jump like huge. Still look and sound fresh as a daisy. I'm definitely tired, but not horrible. Aw, thank you, Ash. Will they know tonight who wins? It depends where they're so AP will get to a point where they might be willing to say who wins, even though they're not officially done counting. It depends on what the numbers look like in certain counties. So we'll have to we don't know, Jeremiah, unfortunately. I know that they definitely could call it, but there's no guarantee. You haven't come up in your feed in a long time. I've been hearing that a lot, Sandy. I've been hearing that a lot from people. Thank you for the follows, guys, and the shares, and the taps. Guys, if you keep tapping, that helps push it out to people. You're terrified? I hear you, Nana. Nana Lisa. Guys, just so you know, if you... I also am live over on the Tube. It's a pretty cool place to hang out. Love to get a lot of people over there. Not to mention I do episodes twice a week. So if you like podcast episodes, you should also check it out over there. Yes, they do, Jeremiah. Yes, they do. Yep. New Jersey polls close in about 37 minutes. You get notifications. Yeah. Seriously. I think my Amazon product just talked to me. Oh, they're super spotty, Amy. Spotty is an understatement. Could really go for some peanut butter, banana, and chocolate ice cream. Thanks, Chris. So if you go to the Tube and search up my name, search up a More Perfect Podcast, it'll be the same. It'll be the same image, and you should see the live that you could jump in, or you could just follow there and watch the stuff. Stopping by to say hi from California. Hey, Bren. Nothing unusual. Not yet. Not yet. We should be hearing that. We should be seeing that stuff in about 35 minutes. So jealous of people that can eat ice cream. I cannot eat dairy of any kind. Oof. That's rough. Cookie dough Yasso bars. Yasso bars are good. I like Yasso bars. You're lactose intolerant. Never stopped me. Ate an entire pint of Ben and Jerry's. Dang. Yeah, Annie, we were talking about that earlier. I make 15K a year, but voted red because I might be rich one day. Uh-huh. Okay, Aaron. I seem to remember the current president saying that he's here to help. Who do you think's gonna win? I think Spamberger's gonna win. Sorry, I left my internet crash. No worries. They called Virginia already? Who called it? I mean, I don't doubt it. I'm gonna wait until AP calls it. AP hasn't called it yet. Aaron Parnas reported it. Oh, again. When Associated Press is willing to call it, that's when I will believe it. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me, but the most recent update I have does not have them calling it, but I will keep an eye on it. And again, not saying it's completely wrong, just I haven't seen anything yet. I mean, I've seen people call it with like 5% before. I've seen people call it with 1%, but I can't imagine AP at least would call it this early. Thank you for the follow. Correct. Polls close at 9 in NYC. Yep. Hey, yo, Willow in both places. What time is it in New York right now? It's 7:30. So they close in an hour and a half. Maybe she's manifesting. I mean, we don't know what districts have sent their counts in yet. If it's more like the rural districts of Virginia, that could be why it's closer. The bigger districts, like the more populous districts that tend to be more blue, don't usually get their numbers in until later. They don't close until 8, Joshua. I'm turning red? I'm not turning red. No, Pash. I'm using OBS for Tube and Studio for TikTok. And then just do the virtual camera. Always do. That's just my natural pink pigmentation. Yep. So anxious, I understand. What's up with Prop 50 and Mamdani? New York City doesn't close until 9, and Prop won't close until 11 Eastern. So we're not going to see anything from either of those for a bit. Is a massive CPU sink. No, I hear you. I wanted to do it from both, but it's just being there. It's the Stream Elements multi-streaming thing is being weird. So oh, I believe he posted it, and I wouldn't be surprised if somebody had put it out there that they won. That Spanberger won. I'm just saying I'm not going to believe it until the AP officially calls it. Do you know about Prop 50? Yeah. In the sense of what it is or any information. The polls don't close until 11 p.m. Eastern. Yeah, polls don't close in California until 11 p.m. Eastern, so we won't know for a while. Right. It closes at 8 where you're at. So 11 p.m. where I'm at, which is on East Coast. You're good. Had to go say hi to Chi Chi. I'm so happy she's doing better. Oh, is she live? Is she back? Oh, nice. Yep. Well, Lewis is live, but nice. Well, good. You're back. Going to the bad place to see what the Seen Enough guy is doing. People who run for office are egomaniacs. Not all of them. Some of them. Sure. He's a polling professional. Gotcha. Was watching Newsback for giggles and they're calling Spanberger already. There you go. I mean, it's starting to go up. It's at what? 17% now? So the lead is growing. Even Jones is at 9% now. The lieutenant governor, the Democrat, is up 13%. No, I haven't really looked at the choices for Pennsylvania Supreme Court. I have not. See what Trump said about. I did, Philip. Trump is really losing his mind. Is really losing his mind. Oh. Like big time. Well, yeah, I mean, it's guaranteed to be the longest because it's tied today. So it's already going into tomorrow. He said, let me find it. He made so many tweets today, or truths today. Any Jewish person that votes for Zohran Mamdani is proven and self-professed Jew hater is a stupid person. That is what the current president said on Truth Social. I think 3-year-old is being too generous, Ambler. I think 3-year-old is being too generous. Aw. I mean, and that was just one of many really just crazy ones. Like he just sounds like he's lost his mind on Truth Social right now. So 20% vote counted, and she's got a 16-point lead so far. Did he ever have his mind? Ever? I'm sure at some point he did. I'm sure at some point he did. Yeah, we're 20 minutes away from seeing Jersey stuff. What do you think of the California initiative? I'm glad they're doing it. I wish you didn't have to do it, but I'm glad they're doing it. I'm glad they're fighting back. By the way, for everyone over here, just so you know, I'm also live over on the tube. I got all 4 of the major ones that we're looking at over there that you can see just kind of all in one section, as opposed to just the 2 that I have over on TikTok. I'm also put out episodes 2 a week that you should go and check out. I interview a bunch of different people. I'm trying to grow over there because we don't know what's going to happen over here. Can you add the governor? New York City, you mean mayor? I will put the mayor one in when it's closer to the polls closing. We're still an hour and 19 minutes away from those polls closing, so. Who's they? Who announced it? Ohio? Yeah, Ohio closed at 7:30. Oh, you're staying in South Carolina? Gotcha. One's in chat for the tube. Who's calling it, Hash? I mean, I've seen people call it at about 20%. That's not that surprising. Decision Desk. I don't know who they are. Like I said, I wait for AP to call always. Social media influencers are calling it. Yeah, that's not a thing. Huh? Social media influencers don't know what they're talking about. I mean, they may be right, but no. No. You're tired of Mr. Orange? Me too. Anyway, time to adult. All right. Have fun adulting. There's always negativity, unfortunately. So far we're at, so Spanberger's up 15, Hashmi is up 11, and Jones is up 6 with 22% in. You voted yes on 50? Yes, Mego. Isn't this adulting? I mean, I think it is. WRAL is showing results for NC stuff on the bottom. All Dem on top so far. Yep. All Dem on top so far. How long do we think the shutdown is going to last? I'm supposed to close on a house next month. Unfortunately, there are a lot of things that could affect how fast or slow it happens. So I'm not sure I have a good answer for you. Corey, thanks for the follow. I'm not counting on getting back pay. I think as we get closer to the holidays, you will see it more likely to open up. And the fact is, whether they are willing to admit it or not, most people blame the Republicans right now for the shutdown. And yep, no, they don't close until 9, Magical Arts. So no, there's no update yet on Mamdani. Do I know the projected? I know that a lot of the polls were pretty broad. Like there was one that was like 2%, but there were some that were up to like 9%. So voting is definitely adulting. That is true. That is fair. Voting is definitely adulting. Hey, Margarita. Long time no see. Is the hill legit? I don't know. I don't know how well their desk is at it. Like I said, I wait for AP. They may be right. I just wait for AP. I always wait for AP. AP is considered the gold standard on calling. They tend to wait a little bit longer, but they've never had to change their call. So do I think Cheryl wins by more than 3%? I think so, but I don't have anything to really base that off of. I just think Schitarelli is a really bad candidate who has tried to win 3 times and failed all of them. Yeah, I can't believe that many voted for her either. We're on the AP's website right now, Roger. That's what you're looking at. That box is AP. Oh, well, Jersey doesn't close for another 12 minutes. So you'll probably see it about 5 minutes-ish after that. The Jones race is yo-yoing. He's only up 3% now. No, you're not being filtered, Alyssa. You're good. Of course, Roger. Happy to help. Again, for those of you who are new, just so you know, I'm live here and over on the tube. I'm trying to grow over on the tube because with the new people that might be owning the app of TikTok, I don't know how much longer I'm going to be able to keep doing what I'm doing here. So if you like podcasts and you like this content, please consider going over there and checking out not only the content, but the live. Because it helps get me my numbers up, which helps make it possible for me to keep doing this. We really need this wave. We do. I mean, so Virginia with its governor is pretty purple when it comes to governorship is purple. And in terms of its like more local stuff is more purple. And then when it comes to national, they definitely lean a little bit more on the blue side. Okay. Sure they would, Jackson. Thanks for playing. Is Aaron Parnas correct that Spanberger has won? Feels premature. It feels premature to me. I wouldn't make a call with only 20% in, but you know, what do I know? Well, yeah, I mean, its current governor is Republican. Are you talking about before that? I haven't seen it reported anywhere either. Are you alive? Yes, the plan is to be alive for a few more hours. Yep. You have other results you can show? No, nothing else is closed yet. This is the only other results there are the lieutenant governor and the attorney general, at least that I have access to. And the attorney general is only up by Jones is up by 1%, now less than 1%, and Hashmi is up by 6%. And Jersey might take at least a little bit longer to get a final. It looks like Democrats are suing to keep the polls open after those unfounded threats closed some of the polling stations for a bit. Predictions, I think Mamdani is going to win by like almost by 20%, by 20 points. He is everyone's mayor. Maybe become educated and a useful member of society. You all right there, Chris? You need a cookie or something? Maybe a hug? A cookie is a hug. That's true, Debbie. That's true. Can confirm. Let's all give Chris a hug. NYC doesn't close for another hour and 5 minutes, so there's nothing to show yet. Nothing to show yet of NYC. Jen, I wait for Associated Press to call before I will listen to anybody. Looking forward to the results. Me too, Mina. But only a soft cookie. That's right, Jennifer. How can you be in a bad mood with a cookie? You can't. Are you following? It's Prop 50. Yeah, those don't close until 11 p.m. Eastern. So we got some time before that one closes. I think unless Spanberg gets like 20 points ahead, right around 50%, I don't think you're going to see AP call it. As much as I'd like to think otherwise, I just don't think they're going to call it unless it's that much of a lead. Anything on New Jersey? They close in 4 minutes. So we'll start getting information soon. NBC called it. Well, like I said, I wait until Associated Press calls it. How are we feeling tonight? Good, Diane. Good. We're going on 10 hours live. So what's Associated Press? It's a media that are considered the gold standard for calling in general. A lot of people use them during elections. There was an election today. Yeah, I started at 9:30 this morning. Spamberger's one, you're calling it? Okay. Almost all the Jews, including my husband and family, voted Zoran. There you go. Nice. Who you all think's gonna win? I mean, I think Mikey Cheryl's gonna win. I think it'll be close, but I think she's gonna win. Fox News just called Virginia. Nice. Like I said, it's not that I don't believe them. I'm just not. I am not going to say something is called until AP calls it. That's all. When AP calls it, then we're good. What about New York? New York doesn't close until 9, so we got another hour. There you go. AP just called it. Spamberger win. Woo, woo, woo. Let's go. Any updates on Minnesota? My guess is they haven't closed yet. Yeah, they haven't closed yet, so there is no information on them yet. New York doesn't close till 9, so we got another hour. And it looks like New Jersey just closed, except for maybe some of the polling stations may still be open. We'll have to see. Looks like we're getting some information from Texas on Prop 15 and 16. Looks like 37 plus 37% for on Prop 15 and plus 43% for on Prop 16. So it looks like that might pass. How many elections going on? I mean, there's a lot, so a good chunk of states have something. Is that good? Not really. We talked about Prop 15 today. Pretty bad. No, they don't close until 11 p.m. Eastern. So there we have nothing. We won't have anything on Prop 50 for a while. I mean, the only real major ones are VA, New Jersey governor, New York mayor, Prop 50 California. Those are like the major ones. There's 3 Supreme Court seats in Pennsylvania that are up for re-election, which is pretty big. You're seeing 68% for Prop 15. You may have faster numbers than I have, Philip. You refuse to go to Texas? That's fair. Oh, I don't have a Truth Social account. I'm good. I'm good. Any update on New York? New York doesn't close for another hour, so no update on New York yet. So I'd say probably in about 2 minutes we'll get the first update from Jersey, most likely. Can't guarantee it. Okay, so we're getting stuff on Pennsylvania. Oh man, look at Cheryl coming in hot. So far in Pennsylvania, we've got a 64, 65, 66% yes to retain the current 3 Pennsylvania Supreme Court judges. Now that's only with 3% of the votes in so far, but we definitely want Cheryl. Yes. Chitterelli is a no bueno. And just remember, the New Jersey governor race is probably going to be a lot closer. No guarantee, but it's probably going to be closer. So that might not get called right away. Again, it depends on what areas get their votes in first. When does New Jersey get called? Whenever they decide that, based on who is reported so far and the lead, there's a lot that goes into it. Yeah, it was pretty close. It was like 3%, right? Last time. Also, just in case anybody wants to, that's over on TikTok, just so you know, I'm live over on the tube. All 4, so the Virginia governor, New Jersey governor, New York mayor, and the Prop 50 are all 4 over there that you can see. It's a little bit easier over there to do it than it is over here on TikTok. So I don't know why anyone, I don't know either. I don't know magical arts. How we doing? Spanberger won Virginia, or has been called for Virginia. And we're getting the results back from Jersey right now. With 11% in, Cheryl's up 19%. It's pretty good. Yes, I did see the Obama speech. It was really good. Waiting is the worst part. Which is New York. They don't close for another 53 minutes. So we don't know yet. Any updates on no finals in Pennsylvania right now with only about 4% counted. The 3 state Supreme Court justices are so far in the 60 percentages to be retained. Yes, we want retention in those. Yes, Dylan. Yep. Hilarious that you think coming in here and making that comment, B, is going to do anything but get you muted. Bye. Always, Pash. Always. I saged my house with Obama's acceptance speech. There you go. Bye, Felicia. Any updates on the AG? Jones is up 2% with 41% of the votes counted. Jones is up 1%. Is VA legislature blue? I don't know. They're in for voting too. So we'll have to see. Where's New York? New York doesn't close for another 50 minutes. You just did a celebration dance for Spanberger? Nice. While my kid was laying on me, she got mad. I was wiggling. There you go. Oh, dang. She's up 26% now? That's a big jump. I did eat dinner. Yes, my family brought me pizza. I'm going to go use the bathroom quick. Enjoy looking at the numbers as they go up, hopefully. Okay. Sorry. Dang, Mickey Cheryl is doing pretty good right now. Jersey baby. And you're not? Okay. I got lots of friends in Jersey. Nope. New York doesn't come for another 45 minutes. You're in a different time zone. Your 19-year-old daughter and you voted for Mickey? Heck yeah. I mean, Mickey's looking pretty strong at about 20% up. What is that? $28 points. Oh, that doesn't close for another. Prop 50 doesn't. The polls for California don't close for another almost 3 hours. It's Mikey. I know. Sometimes I say it by accident. I've been live for almost 10 and a half hours. So sometimes my brain is just a little. Woo. I know it's Mikey. According to what I'm seeing for Pennsylvania, about 7%, and all three of them are still a yes for retaining at 60%. AP's already called Spanberger, Philip. That's why Spanberger's dark. What does that mean for your Senate? I don't think it means anything for the Senate. It's a Supreme Court seat. I don't see any. I don't know about the Senate. He's getting his butt kicked. He's down 29% with 21 of the votes counted, or 21% already counted. Jack is literally getting his butt handed to him so far. Yes, Diane. Quite a bit. So far, it looks like in the Texas House District 18, with 52% of the votes counted, the Democratic candidate in Texas is winning. Yep, in Texas, the 18th congressional district. It's a special election. Well, I'm pretty sure it was a blue seat to begin with. So, but I can't guarantee it. I don't remember who it was. What about District 9? They're not up for this is a special election to replace an open seat. What's the percentage? So 52% of the votes counted, and the Democrat candidate is up by 7% right now. Thank you for the chilies. Hey, Rebecca. It's downtown Houston. There you go. It looks like it's a Houston seat, so that's not that surprising. Are you talking about in Jersey, Amy? Well, I mean, but she's got a 29-point lead. That's pretty good. And Jones is, with 51% of the votes counted, Jones is up for his Virginia Attorney General by 2 points. And Hashmi is up by 7 points for Virginia Lieutenant Governor. Bye, Deep V. The only one who's saying things right now is you. And not even anymore. Did y'all think Virginia would go blue? Yes. Yes, I did. Yep. You got to think how many people in Virginia are getting screwed over by the GOP right now. Your husband is very impressed. My record, Kayla, is 32 hours. So this is, I mean, I did that a long time ago, but New York governor, you mean mayor, New York City mayor, Sandy? Governor's not up for election right now. That doesn't close for another 37 minutes. So we won't get any data yet on that. Atlanta, you mean the mayor? Atlanta, right now, the Republican candidate is up 80%. Oh, no, that's independent. I think that's independent. Yep, independent. Andre Dickens won. Atlanta mayor. Sorry. Same with Cincinnati. Cincinnati got an independent mayor. Pittsburgh, right now, O'Connor, who is the Democrat candidate, is up 84%. AP called what? Jersey? It's not showing up for me. It'll probably update in a second. Yes, it is. Question 1, 1%, less than 1%. Question 2, 2%. Oh, yeah. AP called VA a while ago. That's what I'm looking at. What you guys are seeing is AP right now. You're good, Pash. Independent one. Yep. Yeah. Right now, Cheryl's up 24% with 26% of the votes counted. Not used to 5 p.m. already dark outside. That's fair. That's fair. Guys, if you're over here on TikTok, just so you know, I also am live currently on the Tube of You. You can see all 4 of the major races going on over there at the same time. I can only fit 2 on over here, but I can fit 4 on over there. I mean, they're probably right, but I always wait until AP calls it. No Brits right now. It's looking really good for Mikey Sherrill to win. They usually do an update every like couple minutes. Oh, it's looking really good. Also, if you guys like podcasts, this podcast is trying to do things like bring back discussions and learn how to disagree with each other and have hard conversations. And that's what I try to do on my episodes. So if you like those kind of things and you're interested in checking them out, go check over at the Tube of You to the podcast episodes. I put out 2 a week. Oh yeah, we know, Jared. It's right. It's right there. It's showing in bold. How's Texas doing? They're still at 52%. That hasn't gone up, unfortunately. So I don't know what's going on. I think the 52% is probably like early voting, so they get those out right away. And now they're counting the other ones. How's New York? They don't close for another 32 minutes. So we don't know yet. They just called the lieutenant governor's race in Virginia. Hashmi has won. They also just called the Pittsburgh mayor. O'Connor, the Democratic candidate, has won. I don't see Philadelphia. Is Philadelphia's mayor up for re-election right now? I don't see Philadelphia's mayor as a choice. Excuse me. Let me look. Pennsylvania. No, it's not saying anything about Philly's mayor. I mean, like I said, I believe it, Mego. I wait until the AP calls it. Always wait until the AP calls it. Aaron Parnas's whole thing is to put out information as fast as humanly possible. What is New York doing? They don't close for another 30 minutes. Yes, Associated Press. Lauren, Associated Press. Yeah. Got PTSD. I feel you. I feel you. Yeah, your so right now, your referendums, the main referendums are no so far on question 1, 10%, and 6% yes on question 2. I think truth crashed because I cannot get it to load. Oh, darn. How do we feel about independence winning? I think it's great. So Mickey won. It hasn't been called yet. Right now it's 23% for Mickey with 28% of the votes counted. How will we know it's a blue wave? If most of the people that win today are blue. Or independent. I would argue or independent. Hey, what's up, Amy? How are you doing, friend? By the way, Amy, I gotta send you. I need to get a picture from you. Yes, Nick, especially in terms of politics. Yes. I mean, I'm an independent. I've been an independent my entire life, but I definitely vote blue right now. No, not musician, Amy. By the way, guys, if you're over here on TikTok, just so you know, if you want an easier place to see, like when the New York mayor and Prop 50 come, we get the information from them, it'll be easier to see over on the tube than it will be here. Like, I'm going to have to move things over and around, and I still can only have 2 on at the same time. So if you want to be able to see all of them, you should head over there. I'm independent and generally vote blue too, yeah. I mean, blue states doesn't always guarantee anything. Virginia has a red governor currently. Oh, you're good, Nick. I actually didn't even see it. I'm keeping track of other things right now, so. It's the same name, Magical Arts. It's the same name, same image. Yeah, I mean, Massachusetts has quite often had Republican governors. Guys, thanks for all the likes and the shares and the gifts. I appreciate you. So we're now at 21%. Nothing else has been called. The Attorney General in Virginia is up 2% currently with 61% of the votes counted. Charlie was a very moderate and Democrats have supermajority. He ain't deciding stuff. Not used to YouTube. live, but I'll try to use this. I appreciate it, Marcus. The nice thing about the tube is you don't have to worry about getting filtered. That's the nice thing. That's the very nice thing. Where TikTok is filtering a lot of people right now. What are they saying about turnout? Really high. How you doing, Books? Hi, Eleanor. Welcome back. You're seeing Jay Jones as called. I'm not seeing Jay Jones as called yet. Not at least by AP. Maybe other people are, but I go by AP. Until AP calls, according to 270. I mean, they may be right. Do I think Jack can catch up? I don't know what districts have reported yet. So we'll have to see. I mean, like I said, I don't think Jack will win, but oh, Abigail has already been projected by the AP and a lot of other people. I mean, and I know other people call it. I just don't call it until the Associated Press calls it. It's just how I've always. They usually wait a little longer, but they're very rarely wrong. Where others have been wrong because they call it too early. It's been what, 12 hours today? Yeah, about. She reported that she's up to 78%. That can't be recent. Because as you can see in the New Jersey governor one, it was updated at 8:37. So it literally was just updated from the reporting. She is accepting the result. Who? Winsome? I mean, of course, Abigail's accepting the result. The question is Winsome accepting the result? Mikey and Abigail actually were roommates together when they were freshman congressmen on the Hill. Oh, that's cool. I said the lines of the polls in Brooklyn were really long. He's never seen it like that before for a mayoral race. Yeah. For those of you that don't know, in the mayoral race in New York City, so in 2021, for that election, for early voting, they were at about 100 and for all of early voting in 2021, it was about 169,000 votes. And for early voting for this one, it was about 800,000 votes. So massive increase in early voting. Yeah, I know Aaron Parnas has called it already that Mikey Sherrill has won. I don't call it until the Associated Press calls it. I know that puts me a little behind sometimes, but I'm okay with that. You should let people. I do let people do what they want. I don't. Who do you think will? Mamdani. I think Mamdani's gonna win. I wouldn't be surprised if Mamdani's by like 20%. AP called what to? Virginia? Yeah, I know. We're looking at AP right now. So what you guys are looking at is the Associated Press. So if it's not, if it's bolded, all Democrats results. I mean, I'm looking at Associated Press right now, so there's no way that they've called it already. I mean, I'm literally looking at it. That's what you see right now. PA is looking good. Yeah, I'm looking at a different AP and they haven't called it. Oh, MR, thank you. Appreciate you. So is it by the amount of votes or the number of counties won, like before they call it? So they do it by a few different things. One of it is where they've got, so what counties have given their votes in yet. So if it's mostly blue counties that they've gotten already, they're not going to call it until more of the red counties have sent in their results. Eleanor, thank you. Drew, thank you. Junebug, thank you. So the reason they haven't called it yet is there are some traditionally red counties that haven't sent their results in. So are you seeing anything? Right now, they are at 15% of the votes counted. They're at 60% yes to retain all three of the PA Supreme Court justices. Early voting has been high everywhere. We don't know yet. They don't close for another 2 hours and 17 minutes. We're about 17 minutes before New York closes. Just in case you guys want to see it all, I have Virginia governor, New Jersey governor, New York mayor, and Prop 50 over on the tube. So you can see all four of them, where I've only got two of them at a time that'll be able to be over here. So if you go over to the tube, you can see all of them. Which is probably a little bit easier for you guys. I think my county is going to vote no on Prop 50 because there's tons of conservatives. Yeah, that sucks. What is Prop 50? So Prop 50 is California's proposition to counter Texas's redistricting. This is 6-7. Sorry, I had to do it. The no movement on Prop 50 ran out of money and steam. I mean, it's not a bad, like, the whole idea isn't bad. In the grand scheme of things, it makes the changes up until the next the next census, and then it goes back to the way it was. We're at 15 minutes until New York closes. 15 minutes until New York closes. They're at 30% of the votes counted, and Mikey Sherrill is still up 20%. I always want to say Mickey. I know it's Mikey. Mikey Sherrill is up 20%, 20 points. The divide between gender education is so wide. Really? I just saw he won. Who won? Who's he? Mikey is a female. They have not called Mikey Sherrill's race yet. Oh, you're good. I mean, I understand why people think that. Mikey does not seem like the Virginia governor race exit polls, not shocking, but huge divide in genders. No surprise on which way. Yeah. Yeah, 17 propositions in Texas is crazy. Have they called Pennsylvania's yet? Nope. They have not called Pennsylvania's yet. They're only at about 16% of the votes counted. No, we don't know. The New York doesn't close for another 13 minutes. Thank you, Ghost. Thank you, Annie. Appreciate you guys. Yeah, I think Trump will be raging all night. Have any of these results been a surprise to you? No, not really. Not yet. We kind of knew Spanberg was going to win. Was pretty confident that the Virginia's lieutenant governor was going to win. We don't know yet on the Virginia attorney general. If Sherrill stays this high, that will be a little surprise. Like if Sherrill wins by more than 10%, I would say, I think that would be a somewhat surprise. I think most people thought it was going to be a little closer. But we'll have to see. Oh, thanks, Magic Arts. Oh, yeah, we're at 45, guys. You think we can get to 50 over on the tube? That would be sick. Yeah. Sorry, I had to do it. Bet you he's fighting air right now. He's just sitting there. Excuse me. Who's they? Who's they, Backy? I wait until the Associated Press calls. And you're looking at the Associated Press right now, so they haven't called it. Decision Desk? I don't listen to Decision Desk, but I hope they're right. We have to get to 6-7 on here. We have to get to, can we get to 6-7, guys? Can we get to 6-7? Hey, Rosie, they don't close for 11 minutes. Jersey was called by who? I wait until the Associated Press calls it. You voted like 30 minutes ago? Oh man, you just got in time, huh, Rosie? Current Virginia Assembly is 46-20. New Jersey is 22-0. Dang. GOP leaning mayor lost in your town? Good. Glad to hear it. You're just here for the 6-7? Thanks, Shannon. I appreciate that. Technically, the last two New York City mayors were Dems. They both ran independent in this race, though. Cuomo was never the mayor of New York City, was he? I thought he was just the governor of New York. Or am I losing my mind? Saw that a big part of TSA just walked out of the Houston airport because they aren't getting paid. Yup. Correct. Okay. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. For anyone who just came over on TikTok, thank you for tapping that nose and for joining the fan club and sharing. I appreciate you all. Just so you know, I'm also live on the tube at the same time. You can see all 4 of the boxes at the same time over there, where I can only have enough space to show 2 here. So if that might be a better place, and you don't have to worry about getting filtered over there. And there's a lot of cool people over there. We're trying to get to 67 people over there. 6-7. Just saying. If you want to help out, I also do a podcast that I post twice a week over there. Thank you. Thank you. What's funny is I'm just going to start doing 6-7 and I'm going to have no idea what the hell I'm talking about. Can you chat? Yes. Yes, you can. Yep. Yeah, there's 48 people over there chatting right now. TSA is walking out. Oh, yeah. So TSA walking out is what caused the last government shutdown to end. Was TSA basically being like, we're not TSA and air traffic controllers just walking out. It's true, we were playing a word game over there this morning while we were waiting for the information to come out. 7 minutes, guys, until New York. Darn, you're 45, not 67. Oh, so close. Of course they are. Mom Donnie. Theory, group 7 is the only group. Maybe. It could be true. About 6-7 more minutes. Yep. We have 51 people. Woo woo. Let's go. You guys are awesome. I appreciate you. Got any news on the Jersey race? It's right there. So Mickey Sherrill's up 14 points with 35% of the votes counted. We made a blue wave in Georgia. Oh, yeah? I mean, Atlanta, your new mayor in Atlanta is an independent, which is cool. I'm assuming he's probably a left-leaning independent. Or she. I'm sorry. I don't know which it is. Check. Check again. What? Check what again? Mikey has not been called by the Associated Press. How close do you think it'll be? That's a good question. I know a lot of people were thinking it's going to be close. I don't know how close it's going to be. I do think Mikey is going to win, though. I wish Scott was here. I know. Where is Scott? Does anyone know where Scott is? Where's Scott? When do Cali results come in? In 2 hours and 5 minutes. How can other people be calling it? They are seeing the number and saying that it's too high for them to be able to overcome. And I guess I can understand that, but I mean, I can't believe it wouldn't be up now. Georgia Public Commission flipped to Democrat after 25 years? Hell yeah. Yeah, that's what Willow was saying. I hope everything's all right. You win some and you lose some. Why are these governor races? Why are governor races so important? Governors have a decent amount of power, especially in Jersey and Virginia. Now you're worried? Don't be worried. It's possible that he's out doing something. He's a popular guy. Is this only certain states? Yeah, it's an off-year election, so it's not everything. So the 2 Jersey governors and the New York City mayor are the big ones, plus California's Prop 50. Why are those states so important? I mean, they're not so important compared to the other ones. It's Virginia and New Jersey do off-year state position elections. So where a lot of people's governors elections happen in the same time as midterms or the presidentials, Virginia and Jersey do off years. So they're just the only ones that do off year governor elections. That's why people are paying attention to them. Looks like narwhal time. Maybe I'll do narwhal another time. Maybe I'll do narwhal for Friday. Maybe we'll do narwhal for Friday. Yes. Why do you think so? So with Virginia, a lot of the early vote numbers that come in are from more rural areas, which tend to be more Republican. And the bigger areas of Virginia don't usually come in until a little bit later, which means Spanberger is going to most likely get more votes. Where in New Jersey, I think the split is different. So my guess is there is some of the areas that haven't sent in yet tend to be more Republican. At least tend to be. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. Just live in Florida, then you'll understand how important governor is. That's true. That's true. Facts. Yeah, it's kind of sad that Prop 15 is probably going to pass. We getting any result on New York City? It'll just have closed in the next couple minutes. So it hasn't started updating yet. I can do a switch. Hold on. Let me switch over. Let me move this over. There you go. Prop 15, so it's a proposition in Texas, which basically tries to make it so put in the state constitution that parents basically have ultimate authority over their kids on pretty much everything, which is frightening as hell. Scott, you want to come up? Bring you up. What's up, buddy?
Oh, sorry, I was busy all day. I popped in around 11:30, then I got a phone call and had to run out of the house.
You're good.
What's there to say? This is literally stunning. My final prediction for in New Jersey, as you know, I didn't change it at all. It was Cheryl +6. She's going to blow that away. We were talking yesterday about turnout.
Oh my gosh. We're getting New York's in too.
Pardon me?
We're getting New York's numbers in now too.
Oh yeah, they're starting to come in now in New York. Yeah. The turnout that we were worried about in the majority minority districts, well, that problem's solved. I mean, the numbers are just eye-popping. And I'm beginning to wonder, we were trying to say, well, how come the Democrats don't resonate with Hispanic voters or black voters or this, that, and the other thing? You know, that was only 2 elections, 22 and 24. And who was the president then? And I'm not picking on Biden, but he's the reason, you know, the Democratic Party had lost a lot of its popularity. And when a party isn't popular, people don't vote.
Yeah.
They don't show up. They don't vote Republican. They just don't show up.
Yeah.
And wow. And Spamberger was expected to win. But what I'm looking at, Mike, we'll talk Virginia first. I'm looking at county by county and how that is different from even Harris. You know, the presidential election, and Harris won Virginia. It's way different from 4 years ago when the Republican governor won, you know, Glenn Youngkin won Virginia. Get a load of some of these numbers. And this is over Harris, not over who won Virginia by 6, as opposed to Youngkin, who won Virginia by 3, the Republican, 8 points in Chesterfield, 12 points in Loudoun, 16 points in Prince William. Remember what we were talking about in northeastern Virginia? How the government workers were going to show up and they're mad? Alexandria, she's up by 66 points.
Dang.
8.5 points better than Harris did. Spotsylvania, you know, that's deep red.
Yep.
She's up by 2, 11-point swing. In fact, in the entire state of Virginia, every single county, and there are a gazillion of them, I've only seen 3 counties. I forget how many counties there are in Virginia. There's a gazillion of them. It's not like New Jersey.
Yeah.
So, one county, Appomattox, and that's a tiny, itsy-bitsy county, has shifted 1 point towards Earl Shears, 2 points in Lancaster, 2 points in Charlotte. Every other county, including every deep red county, deep red county, has all shifted blue. And I mean, we're talking maybe 30 of them.
That's crazy.
I've never seen a map like this, ever.
I want to say quick. So, Alex, the reason that Prop 15 in Texas is dangerous is it opens the door for a lot of potentially dangerous things, because the assumption is always that by a lot of conservatives that parents, because they are parents, should be able to make all the decisions, ignoring the fact that some parents probably shouldn't be parents. Parents don't know everything. Kids have a right to have their own decisions on things. It opens the door for It opens the door for abuse of age of consent and a lot of other things. So that's why a lot of us are against the idea of Prop 15.
Taking a look at the New Jersey returns, it's even more stunning because this election was supposed to be very, very close. The most important county in New Jersey for the Democrats is Essex County.
Yep.
And in 2021, they won the county 132,000 to 45,000, which literally was their entire state margin. You know, that's an 87,000 vote win for the Democrats in Essex County alone, and statewide, Murphy only won by 84,000. So 20 of the 21 counties in New Jersey, if you removed Essex, New Jersey's a red state. New Jersey is literally a red state if you take Essex. Easy for me to say. Essex is Newark, New Jersey. That's where it is. Now the total turnout. They got 132,000 votes. Now, they only have 60% of the returns in. Cheryl is already at 142,000.
Dang.
And she will be getting literally 3/4 of the vote of the remaining 40%.
Yeah.
She's going to increase by 35%. The vote total that Governor Murphy got 4 years ago. I mean, wow.
Yeah.
And that also bespeaks the turnout.
Yep.
You know, so much for the Democrats being an unpopular party.
I mean, the question then becomes, is it the specific candidates? Because Mikey Sherrill did a lot of work, and was going a lot of places. And also, could it just be an example of how bad this current administration has done in the last 9 months?
I think it's both. You had a guest on who is running for the assembly in Hudson County, which is right next to Essex. Let me see if I can get you some numbers there. But her whole point, holy shit, the numbers are off the charts in Hudson too. Her whole point was that Murphy didn't do much organizing, and she talked about turnout.
Yep.
Hudson and Essex are the beating heart of the Democratic Party in New Jersey. People don't like to realize this, but the rest of New Jersey is pretty red. My county is one of the reddest states in the entire state, and my town is the reddest town within one of the reddest counties. And the county to the south of me is the reddest county. And even my county is pretty close right now. You know, it's projected that Citarelli will take my county, but not by the usual margins. So it's an issue of turnout, which appears to have been solved. And it's definitely politics has become national. It's Trump. Mikey Sherrill did a hell of a job. I'm taking nothing away from her.
Oh,
but
yeah.
in both Virginia and New Jersey, we are seeing a anti-Trump vote in numbers that nobody forecast. Now I sound like Trump. Nobody says. Nobody forecast New Jersey being a 10-point race. Nobody. I was optimistic in saying 6.
Yeah.
Atlas polling had it at 1, and Atlas has been the most accurate poll in the last 3 election cycles. They had it at 1.
Like nobody's seen before.
Like nobody's seen before.
Have you seen the Truth Socials that Trump's been putting out?
I understand that. No, I've literally been busy until a few moments ago. But
he is off.
I heard on the radio that he's already claiming election fraud.
He has lost his freaking mind. Oh, I'm sure
This
he's
is gonna change a lot of things. To begin with, I think you can say goodbye to the shutdown. Republicans in Congress are going to be scared shitless. They are going to come to whatever goddamn thing the Democrats want. They're scared of losing their jobs. And you know, I don't know if you've discussed it earlier. I know you've been on all day. There was an 8-ball, a magic 8-ball in this, overseeing this entire election from coast to coast, even in local races. That what happened on November 1st when everybody went on the Affordable Care Act marketplace and saw that their insurance premiums were going to go up 125%, when 1 out of 8 Americans woke up Saturday morning and found nothing on their EBT cards. I wonder if there was a late movement that no polling could pick up because polling had stopped before Saturday, and I wonder if there was a late hard swing towards the Democratic Party because of that. Because we already know in the polling that the American people blame the Republican Party for the shutdown. So I wonder if when they actually saw proof positive of what the Republican Party is trying to pull in taking away their health care and in taking away their food security, that they said there is something desperately wrong here.
Yep.
And by the way, the final polling, and something I did not mention yesterday, but it had me worried a lot about New Jersey. The final polling had the 30% undecided vote probably breaking towards Jack Ciattarelli. Well, that was wrong. And by the way, you asked about Hudson County. Right now, she is up 49% in Hudson County.
Good
Which
for her.
means, I don't know what district your buddy's running in, but I guarantee you they won. Because for 49%, with only 65% of the vote in, Cheryl is already at 110,000 votes. Governor Murphy, with 100% of the vote in, only got 88,000 in Hudson County 4 years ago. So she is going to get another 40,000 votes. She's going to finish 40% higher than Governor Murphy finished.
That's crazy.
That's nuts. And somebody asked about Monmouth County in chat. Let me go take a look. Ciattarelli by 9 with 86% of the vote in. And he did much better than that 4 years ago. Significantly better. Now, Passaic was let's check out Passaic because I haven't been watching on television. I'm sure that's all the commentators are talking about is Passaic. Passaic is a county that Governor Murphy eked out a win. That is a Hispanic county, Paterson, New Jersey, for those of you not from New Jersey. Passaic is a majority-minority county. It went only 4 points Democratic after going 16 points in with Joe Biden in 2020. It only went 4 points in the last election. And in 2024, Donald Trump flat out flipped it. He turned it Republican. Right now, the Democrat Cheryl, with 36% of the vote in, is up by 20 points.
Really?
Even in the good old days, the Democrats didn't win Passaic by 20 points. So much for the Hispanic vote being red, huh?
Yeah. And yes, guys, someone said it in there. I would not be surprised if some MAGA voted for Cuomo because Trump backed Cuomo. So you'll see his number go up. It won't be enough, but you'll see his number go up. The Hispanics are scared. Yeah. And they have every right to be scared.
Yeah, it's a with the Hispanic vote nationwide, and we're seeing the same thing with the Hispanic vote in Virginia, by the way. Same trend, which I assume is nationwide, because we've seen it in the polling. The Hispanic vote has shifted 20 points, and sure enough, in New Jersey, we've seen the Hispanic vote in Passaic County shift 25 points back to the Democrats. which, by the way, wipes out all the gains of the last 10 years that the Republican Party has made among the Hispanic community. It's amazing what a guy can do to wreck a relationship in just 10 months, huh? Certainly part of it is ICE, deportation, everything else. But I watched actually a YouTube with this guy who he's just about as good as it gets in analyzing the Hispanic vote. And he said it's also mainly the economy. He said you put the economy together with ICE and deportations, and he said Hispanic support for the Republican Party is crumbling. He said it's down to 27%.
Dang.
Now, they were up at 47, 48% in just 10 months ago.
Yeah, the one thing to remember, guys, for anyone coming in about Virginia especially, is they have a Republican governor currently. So to say that, like, oh, they're a blue state, so obviously they're going to vote blue. No. And actually, if with Mikey Sherrill probably winning, like, Scott has talked about the fact that in terms of governor, they often go back and forth between Republican and Democrat. They're actually known. This is a rarity. This has never happened, right? At least not in a long time. That
in the last 65 years, dating back to 1961, New Jersey has never given a third term to the same political party. Dating back to Franklin Roosevelt, New Jersey has had 10 governors, 5 Republican, 5 Democrat. New Jersey is a blue state, not nearly as blue as it used to be, but still a blue state. But when it comes to their governors, New Jersey is most assuredly a purple state. We flip back and forth between Republican and Democratic governors. We tend to give our governors 2 terms, and then, not tend, we have always, in the last 65 years, always flipped parties after the 2 terms. What Sherrill is doing is going against history, and she is doing it in massive numbers. She's going to finish, I'm looking at the amount of votes left to be tallied. She's going to finish at 55, 56%.
So what she's currently at?
Yeah, she's going to finish there. Because whatever red votes are left in South Jersey, which will go, South Jersey is predominantly Republican. Democrats are actually winning right now in a bunch of South Jersey counties. That's not going to last. That's red territory. But the amount that Citarelli will win at will be a fraction of what he won at 4 years ago.
Scott, I didn't know much about the New Jersey governor's race. Was there any major, like, scandals or anything in the news about the 2 candidates?
I mean,
Well,
Jack
it's New Jersey.
Jack Citarelli has had a lot of scandals, and over his 3 times now running.
Jack Citarelli literally stole documents from what was it, the
archives,
the what,
the National Archives.
Yeah, from the National Archives, and he doxed Mikey Sherrill. And want to know what he found out?
Okay, I do remember hearing that.
Yeah, he found out that Mikey Sherrill wasn't allowed to walk in her graduation because of the big naval cheating scandal in 1994, I believe it was. Now, she was never accused of cheating.
No.
What she was accused of is not ratting out her friends.
Which in Jersey is considered
New Jersey
a bonus.
Is an electoral plus. That's a bonus.
There's been so many things that have happened. I do remember us talking about this or listening to you guys talk about this before. Okay. Now I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, and she accused him of unaliving people from opiates, which was an over-the-top attack. But what it did was it turned her campaign around. When Mikey Sherrill was first nominated, she had a monstrous lead over Jack Citarelli, and she sort of put it on autopilot. She wasn't campaigning that hard. She, was trying to please the Democratic constituencies. She was being very Casper Milquetoast about it. The New York Post ran a headline, said, "Oh, gee, welcome to New Jersey's Kamala Harris." Well, that lit a fire under her, and she didn't do too well in the first debate, although I thought she did quite well. But the general reaction was she did not do well, and she ripped Citarelli to shreds in the second debate, showing what a good politician, and she turned the campaign around. And, all politics is national now, and, you have Donald Trump out there. You have a president who has the lowest approval ratings at this point in his administration of any president in the history of polling. So that goes back to the 1930s.
I know a lot of people say that she's more centrist than people's liking. I know some people that are that are as far left almost as you can get, that once they met her and talked with her, have become like the biggest Mikey Sherrill fans ever. I think she is a lot better than she portrayed at certain times. And again, it's always hard when you're in Congress and you're doing these things. Congress, especially the way it's been, because they've been so status quo, naturally pulls you to the center. It is very rare for people like AOC and Bernie to be able to stay farther to the left. New York City's making you nervous?
As for that whole center or left thing, I think you and I have had this discussion before, both on your lives and privately. It's all full of shit now, because the major battles in the Democratic Party are over. On the major issues, Democrats agree on.
Yeah.
So this who's progressive, who's left, who's centrist, who's moderate, it doesn't mean anything. And secondly, you have to have a candidate who matches your electorate. Otherwise, they're not going to win. And that's why in New Jersey, when you get a Republican governor, they're more to the center. When you get a Democratic governor, they're more to the center. That is what the electorate is in New Jersey. Now, who is the person who preaches more than anybody in the Democratic Party that you have to match a candidate to the voters, not the voters to a candidate? You have to match a candidate to the voters as they exist. And you want to know who that person is? AOC. She preaches that up and down the country, which is why she gets along with centrist Democrats so well and campaigns for centrist Democrats, because she knows that what she believes in New York may not fly in Colorado, may not fly in central Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
So she helps search out, and she supports candidates and she thinks it's a moral imperative. She said it is morally right.
Yep, Mickey Sherrill's been officially called by the AP.
Who matches you?
Mikey has been officially called by the Associated Press.
Well, what took them so long?
The Associated Press always takes longer than everywhere else.
Nobody wants in Arizona again. Nobody wants what happened in 2020 when Fox News called Arizona, and they ended up being right, but for the wrong reasons. At the time, Biden was up by a lot in Arizona. They called the race, but there were a lot of red areas that hadn't reported yet, and they made a huge mistake.
Yeah.
That took a week before that was finally decided.
Yes,
and it was very close,
the
less than 1%.
The Associated Press just called Mikey Sherrill. Yep.
Anybody have any burning questions for exit polls? I have them up right now.
Burning questions? No, but if there's anything you want to say, you certainly can while we're waiting for New York data to keep coming in. They have not called Mamdani. AP hasn't called Mamdani yet.
Well, Mike, while she is looking at that, I'm looking at the estimated vote remaining in Essex County, the Democratic stronghold. they're predicting that Cheryl will add another 49,000 to her numbers, which is, my God, Mike, she's gonna hit 200,000 plurality coming out of Essex. And what the hell did Governor Murphy have 4 years ago? He had an 87,000 vote plurality. Not 200,000, 100,000. I'm sorry. No, more than 150,000 votes plurality.
Why are New York's numbers fluctuating? Because they're still getting vote counts in. So they just got 8% more in. I mean, he's still up by 8%, and Silwa has about 8% of the vote. Like, it's pretty much a given. Like, the only reason Cuomo is as high as he is because Silwa was supposed to get about 18% of the vote, something like that. And when Trump put his name behind Cuomo, a bunch of that percentage went over to Cuomo, but it was never going to be enough to break. Some were going to stick with Silwa.
Yeah, they're desperate in New York. The propaganda that I have seen coming out of New York about the wealthy fleeing the city is beyond hysterical, because we have seen policies be put in place in multiple cities and states throughout the nation, and never have any increases upon the wealthy ever shown a significant decrease in the wealthy population.
No. Can you breathe yet, Rosie? I mean, again, if you just go by the general numbers, the chances of Mamdani losing are so freaking slim. I don't personally say a race is done until the Associated Press calls it. That's just, I don't. Other people are willing to, and that's fine. I don't.
You know, right now with 60% of the vote in, we have Mamdani up by 8 points.
Yep.
Folks, you have to look at where the vote is coming in from. We have a lot of early and fast reporting coming from Staten Island. Staten Island is deep red, folks. Staten Island is very conservative. Wait till you see the votes start to pour in from Manhattan.
Why did Harry Sisson call? A bunch of people have already called Mamdani the winner. And I can understand why they are. I'm just saying, me personally, I don't call it. So people like Harry and people like Aaron Parnas, their job, because that's how they run their content creation, is to make calls early, which gets them views. And that's fine. They're about a billion times bigger than I am. I don't make the call until it's done. Until at least AP calls it.
Folks, if you look on the map in Manhattan, again, you only have 17% reporting from Norwood. Mamdani at 61% of that. You only have 19% reporting from Fordham. You only have, let's take a look at this, in Harlem. You only have 26% reporting, and Mamdani is up 72-25. So, and in Staten Island, you have some places with 70% reporting. So Mamdani's lead is going to climb when more of those Manhattan votes come in.
I cannot show the map. I don't have enough space to show everything. What's my opinion? My opinion is that Mamdani will win. Based on everything I'm seeing, I would be absolutely amazed if things changed in that respect. But I'm still not going to call it. Yeah, I know Aaron Parnas already called it. Aaron Parnas, that's fine. Aaron Parnas is allowed to. Oh, who do you want to win?
The thing is to wait for the Associated Press to call it. That's the only responsible thing. Aaron Parnas doesn't have all the data. The Associated Press does. AP North does all the granular precinct by precinct analysis before they make a call, which is why the AP has never made a wrong call.
Why Mamdani? Because I think he actually cares about all New Yorkers. I seem upset. No, I'm tired. I've been live now for 12 hours. 12 hours. I've been live for 12 hours, so I'm just tired.
A little bit more reporting from Manhattan, and Mandambi jumps to 50%. So, folks, that's the way this is going to go. Manhattan is slow reporting. Staten Island and other conservative areas are fast in reporting. So that's why the race looks a little bit closer than it's going to end up. I think we're looking at anywhere from 12 to 16 in New York.
What's PA? So currently PA is with 34% of the votes counted, 35% of the votes counted. All three of the Pennsylvania Supreme Court state Supreme Court justices have a 34% yes for retaining so far.
Yep, and there was just a ballot drop in Pennsylvania. We're up to 67% on all three of them.
Oh, well, there you go. That'll hit soon, I guess.
Yeah.
And Texas, we're not going to get. Texas just dropped basically all of their early voting, I guess, or their mail-in, or both. They're like got 52% like instantly on that House District 8 special election, and then it's just stuck there for the rest of the day. What's my prediction in New York? Mamdani is going to win. That is my prediction.
So, two of the major things that I see in the differences in exit polling. So, just to compare the best that I can, 2021, the last election for governor for Virginia, I'm comparing to the Virginia race for this year. Can't really compare Virginia, and there's not a lot of exit polling nationally for different things, but governor to governor from in 4 years, you have a major swing in white women voting for, they voted red in the last one. And they voted blue in this one by about, let's see, 8-point difference. Pretty significant difference from what I can tell. Let's see. So it's 57% for Youngkin in 2021. And it's now 51% for Cheryl. And then the other major difference is the age ranges.
I'm sorry to interrupt. I think you mean Spanberger.
I'm sorry. Yes, I did. Sandberger. The other thing is the age difference. So there's a pretty
just called
large...
Mamdani.
Nice. Oh, they did call it, didn't they? There's a pretty significant difference between the younger age range, so those voters that are under 45 went up into the 60 percentiles, whereas they were only in the 50s for the 2021 election. There wasn't very much significant change in the 45 or older.
Rich, this is not my full-time job now. I still am not making a whole heck of a lot of money doing this. I'm doing this because it's important.
Folks, there's some real national implications in what we're seeing tonight. The big problem for the Democratic Party has been turnout, and the turnout has been spectacular. The turnout was heavy again in Virginia, which was expected, but still welcome. It was not expected in New Jersey, and it has occurred. The turnout has been very heavy in New Jersey. The concerns that the Democrats have had about turnout at least have been allayed somewhat. We're seeing a high turnout in New York, higher than expected. This is going to repeat itself throughout the country. The last thing, and I won't be up late enough to see, and plus California counts their votes so pathetically slowly, and I don't know why that is. That's a subject for another day. But California counts their votes slowly, but I would be shocked if Prop 50 doesn't win in this national environment.
Yeah.
This is a political earthquake, what we're looking at. My God, Cheryl's going to do as well as Spamberger. And nobody saw that coming.
Does that mean Mamdani is the new? Yes, that means Mamdani is the new mayor-elect. Yes. Yep.
Yeah, Princess said in chat that this is a blue wave, and that's exactly what it is.
I mean, if you look at everyone that's been called, Virginia governor blue, Virginia lieutenant governor blue, New Jersey governor blue, Pittsburgh mayor blue, New York City mayor blue, Cincinnati mayor independent, Atlanta mayor independent, Detroit mayor independent. It's looking like it's obviously not done, but it's looking like Jones is going to win the attorney general. Buffalo mayor is looking good for blue. Minneapolis mayor is looking a little closer, but so far it's leaning blue. Colorado's proposition is looking good for a win, so the kids are going to get fed. Hey, Theory, missed you.
Let's talk about Jones a little bit in Virginia, and this goes back to what I called the magic 8-ball a little bit earlier. All the polling showed him losing, all of it. Not by much, but losing by 2 or 3, and he's going to win. What the polling couldn't pick up was the shock to the system of what occurred on Saturday morning. The rates released for the Affordable Care Act and the cutoff of SNAP benefits to 1 in 8 Americans. Something happened over those 3 days. Something got people to the polls in New Jersey in numbers that were not nearly expected. The Democratic numbers showing up in their stronghold of Essex and Hudson County has been remarkable. That was not anticipated, the extra same-day turnout, and the polling couldn't pick it up because the polling finished before Saturday morning. That has placed the Republican Party behind the 8-ball. They are now responsible for increasing the insurance premiums an average of 125% to 27 million Americans. They have cut off SNAP benefits to 1 in 8 Americans. And this will bring to the forefront the big kahuna, which will be the Medicaid cuts that take place 1 year from today, and the SNAP cuts that take place 1 year from today. How are they going to defend that? I would hate to be a Republican running in 2026 in anything other than a plus 12 district, because there's going to be a lot of plus 9 districts that were thought to be safe that aren't going to be safe.
I do know one thing that hit the news this past day or two that was pretty big, at least in my area of West Virginia, was the idea that grocery stores were not allowed to give discounts to federal workers and SNAP beneficiaries.
Which they absolutely are.
Because they were delayed, grocery stores were saying they would try to give their own discounts to help people during their time of need. And the Trump administration has threatened grocery stores with doing this. And I will tell you, it did, in my extremely red area, it was not well received.
Because grocery stores are absolutely allowed to do that. Just like they're allowed to give discounts to veterans because they want to. They can give discounts however the hell they want to do it.
Mm-hmm. And it was from a different point of view as well. It wasn't necessarily that they viewed it as a form of cruelty, but they viewed it as a form of, well, grocery stores are their own business and they can do what they want, from a small government mindset.
Yep. That's crazy. This is absolutely crazy. I mean, it's part of me is surprised, but part of me is not surprised. Yep, we know, Robin. It's right above my head.
Yeah,
Am I allowed to have hope? Yes.
The shocking one is Cheryl in New Jersey.
Yeah.
Winning by as much as she did. Spamberger was always going to win. She was running against a very incompetent candidate, Winsome Earl Sears, and Sears ran about as lousy a campaign. Her entire campaign was, the trans people are out to get you. Watch out for the trans. You know, she was running on the whole trans thing. But Cheryl was against history. No party in New Jersey in 65 years has been given a third term. New Jersey is, again, a blue state, but the last 10 governors have been 5 Republican, 5 Democrat. New Jersey, when it comes to their governor's races, is decidedly purple. and I'm looking at the map in South Jersey, and we've now got 60% of the vote in, 70% of the vote in, and Cheryl is winning a bunch of South Jersey counties that always go red. I mean, she's up in Atlantic County, 57% of the vote. Cumberland, 57% of the vote. Gloucester, 51% of the vote. Burlington, 65% of the vote. Let's take a look at Morris, which went heavily for Trump. Morris, 55% of the vote. Wow. I mean, just wow.
So here's the thing too that people need to remember. These aren't federal elections. So Trump spewing his mouth about things means actually less. They've got even less authority over state elections than anything. Like he doesn't technically have authority over federal elections in states, but in state elections, he's got nothing. There is no authority over state position, state elections. None. Zero. Imagine thinking coming in here saying that is going to get you to keep being allowed to talk here.
Yeah, and Citarelli is only at 54% in Monmouth County. That's a massive underperformance. I mean, he's only up by 25,000 votes in Monmouth County. And Monmouth County is next to Ocean County, about as red as it gets. Again, Mike, talking national implications, we have still 15% of the vote to go. Essex County, we keep talking about that. The big problem for the Democrats was to get minorities to come out and vote, to get them to the polls. We've already got 210,000 turnout, and the total with a lot more to come. and the total in the last election was only 178,000. So there's your turnout. That is exactly what your guest who's running for state assembly, what was her name, Katie?
Katie Brennan.
Yeah, Katie. What Katie was talking about is the big issue for the Democrats is just get people to the polls. If the turnout is good, the Democrats will win. And the turnout in Essex and Hudson County has been significantly better than expected. And what makes that particularly impressive is that this is a majority, these are majority minority counties. And the whole problem that the Democrats have had is just getting them to the polls. Well, they went to the polls today.
Thank you, Splitty. Yes, Be Rich. My goal would be to be able to make a living doing this. Yes, that is my ultimate goal. How does New York do it so fast? So I believe New York is one of the states that allows for counting as the votes come in. Like they are counting while things are happening. It's not just it's not like some other states where it all gets put and then the stuff starts happening. Like stuff's like numbers are coming in while votes are happening, kind of a thing. So it allows for these numbers to come in a little bit quicker. I can't guarantee that, but that is my understanding.
And Mike, we have an update again with only 38% of the vote in, but Passaic County flipped, and Passaic County is the home of, it's a majority Hispanic county. It's led by, for people out of New Jersey, you've heard of the town Paterson. Paterson is 60 to 70% Hispanic, and Donald Trump flipped that in the last election. So far, the vote is 60-40 Cheryl.
Dang.
That's
dang.
That has implications in Southwest Texas. That has implications in other Hispanic areas.
Yeah. How much you want to bet? How much you want to bet Texas is like, why did we just flip five districts that could all still go blue, and we could cause these other ones that we shrunk our lead in by switching these all over to, like, that's...
Yeah, didn't they specifically divide up the Hispanic vote when they redistricted those too?
Yeah, what Texas is doing, and that's exactly what I was thinking about, Mike. You read my mind. Of course, you knew I was really getting at that, the whole Texas redistricting. Texas is their entire scheme to steal 5 votes in Texas, 5 congressional seats, is based upon the 14 southern and southwestern border counties in Texas, and they're going to take like an R7 district and shift 3 or 4 of those over to a blue +2 district and try and steal both of them. Well, that works only if, because all 14 counties are majority Hispanic, that only works if the Hispanic vote votes as it did in 2024. If it doesn't vote as it did in 2024, you could end up not only not winning the county you're trying to win, or win the district you're trying to win, you could end up losing the district that you stole those votes out of. There's an actual name for it, which sort of fits. It's not called a gerrymander, it's called a dummy-mander when it backfires. And Texas is not going to get those 5 districts. They may get 1 or 2, but they're not going to get 5. And if the environment is bad enough, which it's beginning to look like it might be, they may actually have a net loss of congressional districts in Texas. Because again, the entire purpose, the entire raison d'etre of the Texas redistricting, it involves 14 counties, and they're all majority Hispanic counties. And they're banking on the fact that the Hispanic vote will be exactly as it was in the 2024 election. And as Passaic County in New Jersey is showing us tonight, that's not the case.
Yep, I'm Donnie 1. You can tell now that they've been called that they're like slow pushing the rest of the numbers because it really doesn't matter as fast anymore. Yep, and we're 1 hour and 9 minutes from Prop 50 stuff coming out.
By the way, Mike, just to give you an overall instead of a county by county breakdown in New Jersey, with about 73% of the vote in, Mikey Sherrill is up by 320,000 votes. 4 years ago, Governor Murphy won re-election with all the votes in by only 84,000 votes. Folks, that's a blue wave.
That's
the definition of a blue wave.
That's an amazing blue wave. And also, as an amazing bonus to today, we had our highest concurrent viewer number over on the tube ever at 52. Thank you, guys. I'd be more loud, except I think my family might all be asleep, so I'm not going to be loud. I see Cuomo conceded, but didn't mention when he'll be making the move to Florida. Yeah. I bought a few bottles of soju in case Mamdani won. Enjoy. I was wondering why you weren't excited. Yeah, well, that, and again, I've been live. Hey, kitty. I've been live for 12 and a half hours. So I'm just tired.
It will be interesting to see how the House reacts to this. Are they going to continue to press on how they have been with just following whatever the Trump administration wants? Or are you going to see more infighting between them?
Tell everyone about my live tomorrow. Oh, yeah. So my live tomorrow, I'm unsure if I'm going to be able to go live tomorrow. My wife has to get semi-emergency root canal in the morning, and that means that I'm going to have to be involved in all of that. So I don't know when I'll be back, and then I have to go get work done on my teeth in the afternoon. So we'll see about tomorrow. I'm going to try and still go live, but it might be a short live just so we can celebrate. Be a celebration live. We did it. Should be all right. It's just an annoyance really at this point. They have called the 3 Pennsylvania Supreme Court justices as a win.
Yeah, one more little tidbit. Again, turnout's important. Turnout shows voter enthusiasm. In the last New Jersey gubernatorial election, again involving an incumbent governor as opposed to 2 challengers, which usually drives turnout, you had a grand total of about 2.5 million votes cast. Tonight in New Jersey, with 74% of the vote in, you're already there. And that means that you're going to have a turnout tonight of 3,075,000 votes. That is an increase of over 500,000 votes. That's I don't even know how to put words to that.
Misty, not only is that statement about New York City so short-sighted and so I just can't even describe how ridiculous it is that you're making such a dumb statement about, yeah, that. Thank you, Vonda. Grow up. Like, seriously, Misty, just grow the hell up. New York City is not going to become a Muslim city just because their mayor is.
Murphy won big, to answer a question in chat. Murphy won big when he ran the first election. But again, that was following a Republican, because New Jersey, once again, is a blue state, but for 65 years has never elected one party for 3 consecutive terms until tonight. It's been since 1961 that this has happened. Mikey Sherrill not only won huge, she won huge going against history.
Maine has called for question 1 and 2. They voted no for question 1, which is requiring ID to vote, I think is what it was. And question 2, which they voted yes on, makes it so a family member can request a judge take away firearms from someone who is mentally unstable, basically, to try and prevent something like what happened, the mass pew-pewing that happened earlier this year. I don't remember when it happened. A year ago?
Yes. Essentially, Maine would change their current law from what they call a yellow flag law to a red flag law.
So.
And question 1 in Maine was also not only majorly about ID, photo ID for voting, but also limiting ballot drop boxes and making it more difficult to cast mail-in ballots.
Yep.
Yeah, so question 1 tonight was, do you want to change Maine election laws to eliminate 2 days of absentee voting, prohibit requests for absentee ballot by phone or family members, and ongoing absentee voter status for seniors and people with disabilities, ban prepaid postage on absentee ballot return envelopes, limit the number of drop boxes, require voters to show certain ID before voting, and make other changes to our elections. And no on 1. I am so proud of my state right now. Whew, I was worried for a hot second. And then question 2 was, do you want to allow courts to temporarily prohibit a person from having a dangerous weapon if law enforcement, family, or household members show that that person poses a significant danger of causing physical injury to themselves or others?
Yeah.
And that won in a landslide yes vote.
And I believe, from what my understanding of it is, the current law only allows that if the person has been subjected to a mental health stay, in like a required mental health stay. And this makes it so that they are able to take away something if they just pose a danger, and they do not have to show that they were basically put away.
Bye, Amy. Thank you.
My understanding of the original yellow flag law was that it has to be police or a like mental health medical professional who could initiate the yellow flag, and now it's your family, your household members, and law enforcement. And the big thing on why they went with this one is because it's been 2 years since the Lewiston pew-pewing, and one of the big things with that is a lot of his friends and family members were trying to alert local authorities that that guy was a danger, and nobody took it seriously. It was like reported to his former like military advisors and stuff like that, and I guess a lot of family members raised flags about that, and it was not taken seriously.
No, they voted yes on that one, Jennifer.
You know, Michael, taking a look at this blue wave sweeping the country, and I do believe the Proposition 50 is going to cross 60% in California, but we'll see what the votes say. We have talked an awful lot since the election of the Democrats being down in the dumps, the Democrats having no leadership. Democrats are very dissatisfied with their Washington leadership. Now, all that may be true, but look at what we've seen, not just tonight, but in the 47 special elections that have taken place this year, where the Democrats have outperformed their 2024 numbers by an average of 16%. And now we see these absolute landslides in New Jersey and Virginia. We see landslide wins with the Pennsylvania judges. We see exactly what Willow was just talking about in Maine. And we're going to see this across the country. What we're seeing, not just in terms of the vote, but in terms of the turnout. Folks, I can't emphasize this enough. Keep an eye on turnout. We are seeing rank and file Democrats who are not down in the dumps, who are fighting mad, and they're showing up.
I think that this should light a fire under top leadership Democrats as well. Rank and file members, leaders in the House, that local elections and local leadership has really fired up the base.
Do you guys want to hear Mickey Sherrill's acceptance speech? She's talking right now.
Oh, yes. I said that and I had my mic off.
You guys might have to jump down if you want to hear it. I think it's set up where what goes through the system doesn't go. If you can't hear it, you might need to jump out.
I'm going to get some more civics education going. We'll get that known by all. But it was a demand for freedom from oppression and a commitment to creating better opportunity and a better future. That idea has defined us for almost 250 years. We fought for liberty at the crossroads of the American Revolution, turning the tide for our young nation at the battles of Trenton and Princeton. We offered prosperity as we built the nation during the Industrial Revolution. We've been the cradle of scientific discovery, inventing everything from the light bulb to the laser. Liberty and prosperity. I've seen the genius in that motto over the last year, because both are essential in our democracy. And as the president is backing away from this ideal, cutting SNAP, ripping away healthcare, terminating Gateway, we here in New Jersey are bound to fight for a different future for our children. We see how clear, important liberty is. We know that no one in our great state is safe when our neighbors are targeted, ignoring the law and the Constitution. But prosperity is equally essential. Liberty alone is not enough if the government makes it impossible for you to feed your family, to get a good education, or to get a good job. So in this country, that shouldn't be too much to ask. But right now, all of it seems at risk. Governors have never mattered more. Determined to build prosperity for all of our citizens. And I've heard from thousands of you about what liberty and prosperity mean to you, what it's going to take for your family to thrive. So I hear you, Newark. I'm going to work with communities from the ground up so all of our neighbors thrive. I hear you, Shem, so I'm going to declare a state of emergency on day one to drive down your utility costs. I hear you.
You hear that, Scott?
I'm going to make sure our kids are safe online and schools have the resources they need.
No, I was reading the live feed online. But
Calling for a state of emergency on day one to reduce energy costs.
Balancing individual liberty
yeah,
with
Unfortunately, the governor and the state legislature does not set energy costs, but maybe she can change the law and get that done. But that was the number one issue facing New Jersey voters. That and property taxes, but property taxes are always a big issue in this state. But that was the reason a lot of people thought that Jack Ciattarelli was going to win, because of the electric bill that in June, everybody's electric bills across the state jumped 20% in 1 month. And that was a shock to the system. And that has, Mikey Sherrill has said she's going to freeze them. Now, I don't know what legal authority she does that, because we have an independent commission that sets those rates. But she also has a veto. Well, she won't need a veto proof. She's got a majority in the state legislature. She can change whatever laws she wants. So we'll see if they take over take that over and take it away from the independent commission that does that, the VPU. And there's other ways you can handle that. Even if the Utilities Commission raises the rates, you can then do what they did do here in New Jersey, give a rebate. Send every customer a check to give a rebate to offset that.
I'm being told that these are not the kids who will succeed in Trump's vision of this country, but they will in mine. The men and women in labor.
Diane and Chad, I don't know why you can't quote buy that Sliwa only got 7%. I don't know what that comment's supposed to imply.
Trump put his name behind Cuomo, so a lot of people that support Trump switch their vote to Cuomo. It's not surprising at all that Sliwa got only 7%.
And little good news as of right now, Colorado's proposition is also passing, and that is to increase taxes on high-income families and use that money to fund universal free breakfast and lunch for all K through 12 students.
You've already served our state so well, and I'm proud to have you by my side as we embark upon this new chapter for New Jersey. To my team, who put together a campaign the likes of this state has never and helped in our efforts to create a great future for New Jersey. And thanks to my family.
Marie, we won't know for another 50 minutes about anything to do with Prop 50.
Who put up with missed soccer games, lacrosse games, football games, volleyball games, swim meets, and rugby games, all to put up with this, so thank you. And a special thanks to my husband, Jason. 4 kids, 2 dogs, a hamster, numerous goldfish, 5 campaigns, an insurrection, and 2 impeachments. You have been a truly amazing partner.
Yeah, and a note, as we discussed earlier, Mike, a note on Prop 50 in California. Folks, we all know from multitudes of elections in California that they take forever to count their votes. So we're not going to know anytime tonight what the final vote will be. We'll know what the trends are, but we're not going to even come close tonight to knowing how that ended up. California takes days to count votes, and I mean, if Florida fixed the way to count votes, I don't know why California can't do it, but they can't seem to count their votes very quickly.
The Statue of Liberty. A daily reminder of her promise. Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free. She declares that her lamp lights the path to the golden door. That golden
Total expected turnout is about 2 mil.
It always has been. And that
Texas voted to
expectation
pass
is
all the amendments here. Oh, great.
especially after this election, where we chose, we're going to follow Lady Liberty's beacon. We're not going to give in to our darker impulses. Here in New Jersey, we know that this nation has not ever been, nor will it ever be ruled.
Yeah, I'm looking,
by
scrolling
gangs.
over the New Jersey map, looking at the counties, and in particular, just like the news networks are doing, paying particular attention to Passaic County because that is a majority Hispanic county. And Donald Trump took that county in the election of 2024. And right now, with the reporting slow, about 45% of the vote is in. And Cheryl is leading by 13 points. That's a massive shift.
HLJ, I don't think you seem to understand that Virginia's current governor and lieutenant governor are both Republican. And in 60 years, New Jersey has never given a third term to the same party. So they have always switched back and forth. So you may think that blue state vote blue, except that's not how it works in either of the two states.
Yeah, Virginia is at best pale blue. And New Jersey has never given, in 65 years, given a third term to one party. And in fact, the last 10 governors, 5 Republicans, 5 Democrats. When it comes to governor's races in New Jersey, it is decidedly purple. The Democrats have no edge in governor's races in New Jersey. None.
So I'd like to point out real quick the Pittsburgh mayor race. Pittsburgh is obviously a Democratic city, but it does have some more red trends sometimes because of the steel old city population. In 2021, the Democratic candidate won with 70% of the vote. 28% went to the Republican candidate. The Democratic candidate right now has 86% of the vote, with 91% counted.
Mike,
That is a 16% increase.
one of the things we've been talking about, what's important is not just the percentages of what a candidate gets, but the turnout. Turnout indicates voter enthusiasm. In the last gubernatorial election, the total turnout in Essex County, which is the Democratic stronghold in New Jersey, was 178,000. We are already at 225,000 turnout. That is a massive, it's impossible to describe how big that is. I mean, Governor Murphy won 132,000 votes in 4 years ago. And without all the votes being counted, Cheryl is already at 174,000 votes.
Chaotic, we weren't actually talking to you. Someone else was making the comment that it's not surprising, trying to pretend that this isn't a big deal, even though it is. So you're good. Again, I don't, the only people that care that he is a Muslim are the far right. The only people that even really care that he's a socialist per se are the far right. The people that voted for him don't care about those labels. They care what he said he's going to do, which is help make it more affordable and help all New Yorkers. Dems care? Nope, Dems do not care.
Try asking an actual New Yorker if they care.
Literally none of them care.
And you know, there's a through line through Mandami, Sherrill, and Spanberger. What did all three of them run on? Now, they're very different people politically. They're very different, but they all ran on affordability. So Democrats heading into the midterms, there's your issue, affordability. That means healthcare, that means inflation, that means GDP growth, that means tariffs. That's what you run on.
First off, he's a democratic socialist, not a straight socialist. And second, do all Dems, do some Dems care? I'm sure some do. But in general, no, most don't. If you're talking like leadership of the party, I'm sure some of them care. But if you're talking like the actual people, they don't care. But he is not a straight socialist. And people need to get over that. Anything in California yet? Nope. It doesn't end for another 42 minutes. So it's going to be a while before we have a chance of hearing anything from Cali, unfortunately. And hopefully I can keep going that long. I'm definitely starting to fade because we're at, I don't know, long time. I'm almost at 13 hours now.
I'm definitely thrilled by the turnout in Virginia.
Why are Andrew and Zohran close? Because Trump put his backing to Cuomo to try and pull Silwa supporters over and hopefully in his mind bring the numbers up. No, it's not really that close. 8.4%. That's a pretty good win, especially in this day and age. And that's still with 11% of the votes not counted. So it could go up. Does it matter he got over 50%? It's just a simple majority. Like he just needs to be higher than the others. It's not like Georgia where you actually have to get over 50% or it goes to a special election. What about state legislature influence now with a majority mandate? Where?
Mike, I've just been looking at the Virginia. There are 95 counties. I've been doing a county by county breakdown of the Virginia election. Now, Harris did well in Virginia. She won it by a little bit under 6 points. Of the 95 counties, Spanberger improved on Harris's numbers in 90 of them.
Wow.
92 out of 95. 92 counties out of 95 went bluer. That's incredible.
That's crazy. In New York. I don't know. We'll have to see what happens. We'll have to see what happens in New York. Buffalo mayor just got called. Democrat. There's literally no Republicans have won, at least in the major ones. There may be some smaller ones that they have, but
And by the way, I've done the same thing in New Jersey, but only ones that have over 90% of the vote in. And New Jersey has 21 counties, so about 11 of them now have that amount of vote in. And there isn't in every single county the Democrats have improved their position. Every single county. There hasn't been a single county that the Republicans have improved.
Attorney General Virginia just got called for Jones. Oh, literally every position in Virginia went blue. At least in those three major ones. I don't know what the legislature. Looks like they're close to a majority. I have a mutual who's running for legislature in Virginia too. Trying to find out if they won. You tell that it's getting late. I'm getting really quiet. Ah! Found out on air in an interview that Trump backed him. He hung up the interview. That's funny, actually. The old man started posting again. Oh no. What is he posting now?
Oh, about as narcissistic as you can be. He wasn't on the ballot, so that's why.
Ah, yes. The old, it's only lost because I wasn't there. Uh-huh.
Exit polls have been pretty consistent with other exit polls. Economy is the number one thing. Younger voters trending bluer, and a large gender gap. So women voting blue, men voting red, minus people of color. and then a large gap in education. Non-college graduates voting red, college graduates voting blue.
And by the way, the shutdown was definitely part of the reason that they lost. Yes, the answer is yes.
Yeah, there is no doubt that when people opened up the portal to the Affordable Care Act marketplace on Saturday, which is when that became available, and people, 1 in 8 Americans, realized that they had no money in their EBT accounts. We don't know how much that shifted the electorate, but in every single state, we have seen a massive late surge blue. So that has to be the reason.
All right. I would love to stay up. I can't.
Well, there's no way you're going to make California anyway. Nobody's going to know what California did till the morning anyway.
Yeah.
They count so slow. So what are you staying up for anyway? Get some sleep.
Yep. All right. Guys, thanks for hanging out with me. For those of you that like hung out for all 13 hours or most of the 13 hours, holy shit, you guys are friggin' rock stars. For those of you that went over and followed over on the tube, I appreciate you. For people that hung out over there, I appreciate you. No, I'm tired, Tanlier. I have been streaming for 13 hours. Why don't you grow up? For those of you that are here, will I be back tomorrow? It'll be a shorter live because I got some stuff I got going on. But yes, for those of you that are new, I go live every morning. Every weekday morning. But I might start doing some evening ones too, but we'll see about that one. Anyways, we're not going into there now. If you are over here on TikTok and you like what we do here, know that I stream over on YouTube at the same time. I also do two podcasts episodes a week. So if you like watching podcasts, you should go follow over there and watch the episodes. We got some really good ones. We talk about things, not just politics, but a bunch of other stuff. This channel is all about having hard, important conversations and knowing that sometimes we don't agree on everything. So, guys, again, thank you so much for everyone that hung out here. Thank you for everyone on the tube, everyone on TikTok. I will see you all in the morning sometime. You guys are amazing, just the way you are. And I love you all very much. Stay safe, stay healthy. Remember to sing, laugh, dance, smile. Do something that makes you happy. Bye, guys. Bye.